All right, this one's to all my fellow shut-ins. If you are like me and millions of other people, and this COVID thing got you locked in, got you on lockdown, and it's driving you crazy and you're ready to tear your hair out, well, I got something for you. Let's go check it out. All right, so just because you're stuck in the house because of this COVID thing doesn't mean we can't have fun. And what is more fun than letting the imagination run wild and creating something? So it doesn't really matter if you can draw or not. You can draw. If you can write, then you can draw, because drawing is just making shapes, and that's all letters are shapes. It's just that nobody taught you this because not too many people know. So I'm going to show you how you can create and draw and just have fun regardless of where you are. All right, so we're going to do some character stuff and maybe put some stories to it. Let's just say it doesn't make a difference how well you draw. Let's just say you can only draw a stick figure. You say, oh, this is all I can draw is just this stick figure. All right, we're going to take this stick figure and we're going to make it into a full figure. You don't have to change too much around. You're just going to do this straight line like you did this one. You're going to make a T right here, and you're going to make that T into an I. That's it. So then you're going to put your arms down again like this, same way you did that. And you're going to put your legs down the way you did that. You're going to take this up, and then you're going to put that circle on top of it. It's your head. So now you have that guy. So what you want to do here is you want to bring from this point, where his arms are, you want to bring it all the way down to there, right there, just like that. So then you want to make a V, like that, letter V, like that. And then you're going to do this, and you're going to do this. Then you're going to take from under this arm, and you're going to do that. You're going to do that. Already, you've taken a stick figure, and you've made him basically almost a full figure. So right here, we're going to give him this little balloon neck. We're just going to put a line out here and a line out there. There you go. So here, we're just going to put an oval for a hand, another oval for a hand. If you've never drawn a hand before, and then you put another oval here, another oval there. It's just like making a mitt. You know, when you draw, you make those mittens because you couldn't draw hands. And then you're going to do a foot. A foot is just a triangle going both ways. It's just a triangle like this, and you separate it and you pull it apart. So if I did this, it's just one big triangle, and then just kind of separated it. So you're going to come straight down, and out a little bit, like that. Boom. Now you have a man. You have a character. Now, if you brought this in like a triangle like this, bringing it in, then you have like your kind of more powerful superhero type. But if you just went straight down, then you just have your average box kind of a man. So let's just ink this real quick and show you what you guys have. So you have your head, you have your neck. Now, if you want to put shoulders on this guy, again, the same thing with the feet. There's just a shoulder, a triangle, and a triangle. And then you give the guy a little bit of shoulders. So let's just do that. And if I'm going too fast, then you can always watch this again or pause it, because it's really simple. I'm kind of excited to do this, so that's why I go too fast. I go a little fast. So the arms, the leg, the body, and then the legs. And you don't have to draw this triangle. This triangle is just there for shape purpose. So this, because let's say I'm going to dress this guy. And you don't have to have the legs so wide out. The legs can be down like this. They can be down like that. You don't have to split the legs open. I just did that because I'm excited. So we got this, and then by doing this, you can put a shirt on them. Or if you wanted a short sleeve shirt, you can just do it like that. So pants, and then his shoe. If you wanted shorts on him, you could just cut it like that. And he's got shorts on. And then maybe some socks, and then maybe some tennis shoe or something like that. So it's really easy to draw. Now let me show you this. If you do a mitten, if you take a thumb, that thumb comes right up to that first finger like this, and you can bring it all the way back. And then you can just take the second finger and put it there, and maybe a third finger in there. It's easy to do a hand once you kind of figure the shape out. So coming here in the thumb, it's going to go up, and it's going to go right to that first finger. And then you're going to put another finger under there and another finger there. So if I did this really big, here's the shape I use here. This, just like, almost like you're doing a square or rectangle. Let's just say I'm going to do this square here. So what I want to do is I want to say like halfway in between this top line, these two lines, just go like this, chop it off like that. So again, this is your square, and in the middle here, chop it off and go straight there. Now, right here, I'm going to put just a curve like this, almost like you're drawing a banana, just right there. So let me ink this. That. And then from here, I'm going to curve around, and it's a curve. And basically what this is this web in your hand. You see how this thumb comes around and it connects to this finger here? That's all this is. Coming in, and you can have the finger straight, or you can bend the finger like that. Now when you do that, when you have that, you usually, when you relax your hands, you usually see your other fingers down in there. If you turn your hand over a little bit, you'll see some of the palm. But we're just going to have it straight, like his hand is down onto the side, and relax. So you have that, and just put another finger here and another finger there. I don't put all 4 fingers because I just imagine that other finger is like behind that one, and it looks a little better. So you have this, and then you can curve this in a little bit and then round this out like that. And then you have a quick hand, and it's the same thing for the other side. So you do this, and then it's just the opposite way. So the thumb is going to be on the short end. So you're going to curve this. That's going to be the palm. That's going to be this part where it curves. And your thumb is going to be right here, curving that around. Your finger, just put one bend in it. I know your finger has like the 2 bends, but just put the 1 in there for the time being, and then come straight up like that. And that's a simple finger. And as I said, you can have the other finger here, and the 3rd finger there, and the 4th finger is going to be back there. So if I ink that, it's going to be like this. And that's really simple to do for a rested hand. So now you have your character. All right. Now, if I drew the character from the side, it would kind of be the same thing, except when you draw somebody from the side, you don't want to draw them straight up and down. You want to kind of lean them back a little bit, and then just say, here's my box, like this. Just curve it around a little bit. Here's my head. You don't want your head to go back. You want your head to come forward like that. So you put your head here, and you have your neck kind of going back. So you're going to go back like this, like that. And this is going to be your chin. This is going to be square here, like an L, like the letter L. And then you're going to round the rest of it off like that. Don't make your neck too long. And then you're going to have this part like come out and then come down. And then your legs here, or your leg. And then that triangle again for your foot. You don't want to make it too round, because usually the back is hunched a little bit, especially if you're muscular, if you're doing like superhero. If you're doing a kid or something, you don't have to have it that round. So let's take some of the roundness out so that you can see the difference. So you wanted that powerful chest, so it's going to come out and then down like that. So if I did somebody walking, I can either bend the knee, or I can have the leg straight out and up. Now right here at this line here, this is going to be your shoulder, which is just a circle. This is going to be your shoulder blade, not just shoulder blade, your delt, or your top of your arm. And you can have the arm back, 2 pieces, or you can have it out like that, and you can have the other one back if he's walking, or you can have something in his hand. Let's just say he's got a sword. So basically, I just drew a square right here. Then put a sword in his hand, or whatever. He's walking, he could be a knight, and then you dress him. Remember, again, you say short sleeve shirt. Here's the short sleeve shirt right here. This goes around the neck here. Kind of, if his arm is back, it's part of that short sleeve shirt. Here's the shirt. Let's say it comes way down here. Let's just put him in some shorts. So I just cut it here and cut it there. So now the guy is wearing some shorts, walking around with a sword in his hand, about to get arrested by the cops. So there you have it. So, and this hand is just a square like this around that sword. And we got this other hand here, bent, and this guy's walking. So you have this L come up, and then just put the ear there, and then just curve around here. So if you want to do the eye like a V, like that, sideways V, and then do a circle in there. Again, you want to do that V, put the circle in there, and there's your eye right there. Since that's so small, a nose is just this. That's all. That is, what is that? That's almost like a V or a triangle, except the bottom was flat and the top is like that. So you want to come, and it starts at the eye. So the eye is here. The nose is actually way up here because you have your bridge of your nose is way up here. But let's just start it down under the eye, and then of course you have your mouth. However you want to put your mouth, and hair, whatever you want to do to the hair, put the hair there. And of course the neck. Don't make the neck too long. So now you have your simple from stick man to this, to which is the same thing. So let's get a little more advanced for those advanced people. Oh, there's one thing I forgot. Okay, so the shirt is just a U. It's just the letter U. That's it. And when you draw, if you really look at it, a lot of your drawing, your shapes are just going to be letters that you took from the alphabet, or that you can take from the alphabet. People get afraid to draw something, but they can write letters all day. So if you take something and you say, oh, it's just like making a K or the letter U or the letter Q, he's like, oh, that's very simple. And it is. So let's put it into his shirt, and then put that little zipper part there, and then put a few wrinkles around his clothes to give him a little more detail. And then maybe he has his nice little Superman shirt on. So it's easy to draw, and the more you can think about things that you can add on, the more fun it is. So let's get to more of some serious drawing. So now let's just say you can draw a little more advanced. So let's do this. Let's take the torso, and the body is made up of parts. You have your head, you have your neck, and these are the parts if you separate them. You have your torso, which is this part here. You have your torso, which is just basically an oval. You have your hips. Hips are just like this. It's just basically that, and I call that a tuna can because it's basically the shape of a little tuna can of tuna. So you have that. You have your hip. That was your waist. Your hips here, and your hips are just, as I call it, the upside down house. That's all it is. When we first started drawing, we always drew that house like that, the door and a couple of windows. You flip that upside down, and that's all it is, just an upside down house. So you have your legs. So let's just put this upside down house here so you can understand the legs. And the legs are just cylinders. Cylinders, one cylinder, two cylinders. You have your knee. We're going to use a circle for your knee just because. And then you have your next cylinder and your other cylinder. And then your triangle for your foot. Now it doesn't have to be way out like this. It could be just out just a little bit. The more it's pointed towards you, the less longer it's going to be. So if this was the, what is that, the left foot, I guess, this foot over here, and I didn't want it like sideways like he was doing ballet, I would do this. I would cut it right across the top like this, and then just go out just a little bit here, and then just put a little line here for the toe, the indentation of the foot, because when your foot comes down, it's like this. So this little piece right here is just this little indentation there. So the arms are the same as this. So if I stack this on top of that, which is a little tuna can above this, then I have the oval above that. I would have your shoulders, which are you call your delts right here, which are just circles. You have your collarbone, your collarbone, it goes right up here and here. So that goes across there and it attaches to your delts. You have your bicep, the first part of your arm, and your forearms, which is the second part. And you can put a circle right there if you want. He's going so fast. Yeah, I know. But as I said, you can watch it again or pause it and just go back again. Then you have the center line, which tells you what direction he's going in. His center line would be here. His center line is going to be right in the middle because he's going in that direction. If he's turned just a little bit like this guy here, if he's turned kind of to look this way, his center line would be curved just like that. That's center line. Hopefully you saw that. It was still on camera. And then of course you have your head, which is basically an oval. If you can't do an oval, do a square. Do a nice size square. you find your chin. Okay, you have that. You say, okay, my chin is going to be right here, and then just come up like that. And then take this part and round it off. And then you have your head. Then you can have your neck down here, your ears on the side, and whatever kind of hair you want to do. Shapes, again, shapes is very, very simple. So let's use this, and okay, my neck, can't forget my neck, and then my shoulders. So remember, your shoulders are just those little triangles like that. So let's do something a little more advanced using these shapes here. I'm going to just do some kind of quick wild position. So my oval, my center line, I have no idea what I'm going to draw, what position I'm going to draw my center line. Let's say I put my head up here and my neck. Here's my collarbone, and then these circles for the delts. Under here is your rib cage, because your rib cage is shaped like this. This is your rib cage. This is that oval right here. This is that oval, and I'll use this. That oval is like this. Your rib cage is shaped like this. It's like that. And your ribs come around like this. Well, actually, it comes like that. How does it go? It goes like that. You have some bone here, extra bone here, and your ribs come like that. And you have this open area here, and your spine comes from the back, and your like your heart and your lungs and all this stuff is tucked under there into that cage, which is the rib cage, to protect it from damage. So when you fall, this is the vital stuff. Your vital organs are tucked into that cage basically to protect it. But you have an opening right here, and this is where the abs go. Your stomach muscles are from the skin, not tucked up into it. So this is how I do that. The oval, and then this is basically, I call this like the mountain. You just do a mountain like this. And remember, all your organs and stuff is under there. Your chest just comes up a little bit over that. So from here, this point to this point, I'll curve that, because this is where your chest curves at. Like that. So this is your abs. So as I said, the tuna can, which is your waist, this is just a small oval, like a short cylinder here. So you have to have some kind of waist. And then the upside down house, like that, center line. So wherever that center line is, your point is going to be there. And then your legs and your arms. So you're going to have your other delt right here, which is just your shoulders. If you have, this is your delts here. There's a muscle here at the end of that, which is right here, your delts, for those that don't know. Then you have your bicep and your tricep. Everybody should know that. And your forearm down here. Because everybody just says shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. And it's all basically your shoulder. But when you start drawing, you have to kind of know which part somebody's talking about. So let's do what? I don't know what. Let's take this leg and then bring it out. So this is just an oval, like that. It's just basically an oval. Don't be scared to draw an oval. It's an oval like that. And then you're going to turn it into a cylinder by giving it a front circle and a back circle. And then let's put my knee right in here, which is just a circle. And then you're going to do another cylinder like this. This is going to be your top circle and your bottom circle. So this could be like a run, maybe. And then that foot, remember that triangle. Start out just with that triangle. And then, if you need be, just turn it into a flat wedge like that. So it's going to be like that. It's an easy way to draw a foot. So this other leg is going to go back somehow like this, which is just that oval. And this is the back circle, and this is the front circle, which you won't see. And then there's that ball. So we have that front circle and that back circle. Like that. And of course that foot again. So this is going to be your heel. And this is going to be the front of the foot. And it's just like if you drew a piece of cake or slice of cake. This is from the sides, the triangle. So if you take a line here and a line here and you bring it up and you bring it down and you just take a circle, put it there, that can be your foot for the time being. Wow, you didn't see that. I always do that. I always do that. One more time. Triangle like that. Take a line up here and up there. It's like that. And it's kind of like a slice of cake or a wedge. and then take the circle, put it here, and then you stick your leg in there, and that could be your foot for the time being until you start learning how to shape the foot, make it more round, like that. And then you just get rid of this. But that's just a guideline for the time being. So what we're going to do with the arm, since this arm would be, if he's running, this arm we're going to go back. And then the circle could be here for the elbow, and this could be, this is another cylinder. And then your hand, let's give him something in his hand. Let's put something in his hand because we're going to create a superhero or something from this guy, but just some character. And then this one is going to be, I don't know, what are we going to do with this hand? I just thought of something really just crazy. So we've got that back circle and that front circle, which means his arm is foreshortening, which means his arm is coming in, and then we're going to do something with this hand. So we're going to have this piece and this hand finger here and the rest of this. And let's just say he's got a soda. Why would he be running with a soda? Because he's like trying to catch the bus or something. And this is where comics come in. You start writing your story. As crazy as it may be, it's your story. So it's splashing all over the place. It's a soda. He just opened it up. It's a Coke or Pepsi. Whatever your preference. He's running. And did you just say he had a sword? Yeah, he has a sword in his hand. So yeah, we're going to give him a katana. So that's going to be round. That's going to be an oval. And then the katanas curve up. So how about this? This guy went to the store and bought a 6-pack of Coke. And somebody, a ninja, I don't want to say somebody because he's not crazy, took the other 5 as he was drinking the one. So he's chasing this guy with his sword, trying to get his soda back. So we're going to turn this guy into a ninja. He was hot, thirsty after doing his ninja spree thing, you know, and then your abs, you want to come around, curve up. That's going to be like your first ab and your second one here. But once you dress a character, once you put clothes on somebody, you don't have to worry about muscles too much. So this is going to come up here. That arm is going to come out there. So let's dress this guy. He's a ninja. He's pissed off. So he's going to have his little ninja mask on. And this is where you have to kind of research stuff. Bring it up a little higher. And then his eyes. He's mad. So he's like, you got my 5 sodas. It's time to pay. So eyes are just, you can do the circle. There's so many different ways to do eyes. Cartoon eyes, serious eyes. So you can do the circle. And then the eyebrows above that. When he's mad, the eyebrows go up. When he's happy, let me do some eyes real quick, some faces. When you're kind of just regular, you're like this. Your eyes like this, and this is your eyes. When you're mad, your eyes gonna go up like that. When you're like sad, your eyes are gonna go, your eyebrows are gonna go down like that. And then you can have all kind of different arrangements. You can have like one this way and one up. Just kind of like to give it that different kind of look. So it's very simple. Or you can do the football eyes. It's just like this, half of a dome, I guess, and then like that. You're drawing the football, and then your eyes go in like this. And again, if you're mad, it's gonna come up and down like that and curve. And you got the guy mad. The madder he is, the more the eye's gonna close. Like that. So if I did this, like this, I close that eye. This guy's like really pissed. So if I did another one, you can tell how mad he is. So, ninja. He's gonna have his little ninja thing here. Got his ear out. Little ninja hood. Ninja costume, when ninjas have that belt, they have that little belt, so it's going to be flying back here. Clothes are going to be more baggy. It's going to be tied around the foot. the ankle. And this is where the fun comes in, because the imagination just runs wild. You can do whatever you want, so you don't feel like, oh, I'm stuck in a house with nothing to do. Little wrinkles up here, and it's going to be the wrist. So that's going to be baggy like that. And then what is it? So it's high up on the neck, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't done really a ninja in a while. And then it comes down across like that, I guess. Leave a comment. Tell me about ninjas. I like that. So let's ink this guy. Let's get a different pen. Let's see what we got ninja-wise. Guy stole his soda. Got that little ninja hoodie thing going. And of course it's tied, so you'd have like the little bands going back. Here's his neck. So he's gonna have a black shirt underneath his little gi jacket. And he's spilling his drink all over the place. The ninja has that little band across the hand, and I think it goes to the middle finger. So the other finger is like this, is wrapped around. The other one is wrapped around his soda. And of course, this is the bottle. This is the bottle version right here. And it's spilling all out. Because he's running, so it's hot. It shook it all up. No good. Goes down here, and into that. And this is the belt. And this goes here. Give him some wrinkles here. Wrinkles around the arm because the uniform is really baggy. And then it's tied around here, around the wrist, and giving some little strings hanging there from there. This cat is mad. And the more you think about it, the more you can add to this whole story that you've got going on, or add to your drawing. The more you draw, the better you get. And the one thing I tell people, don't try to make something perfect the first time out, because you won't be able to do it. You'll get mad and then you'll stop drawing. And that's why we have a lot of people that don't know how to draw, because they kind of tried something and it didn't work and they gave up. Little ninja shoes. So yeah, just understand that the first time you rode a bicycle or a skateboard or whatever, you probably fell off. You didn't give up. You got back on and you did it again because that's something you wanted to do, because you enjoyed it, or you knew how much enjoyment there would be coming from it. So you stayed with it. And that's the same thing as drawing. So yeah, I would color all this black, but I'm not gonna do that. So this is the ninja. He's running. The guy took his soda. They're throwing the stars at him to get him to stop coming after him, but he's determined that he's going to get his soda back, or the other 5 sodas back. Or you can do like the little knife, the little ninja knives. It doesn't have to be the stars. And of course, stars are not like this. They would be more round. When they're throwing it, they would be more round. And they would be coming at them quickly, like this. So yeah, and you can have a little dog with him. I'm not gonna try to draw a dog because I would just mess it up. But it's easy to draw and have fun doing it, as long as you know your shapes: square, triangle, and circle. Circle, that's not a triangle, that's a circle. Everything is like that. If you look around your room, whatever room you're in, you'll see more squares than anything else. So, example, here's your window. rectangle, 2 squares there. Your curtains, of course, your curtains are going to be there. It's different. Your table that you could be sitting at. It's just let's say it's a box. Here's your box. Take this bottom part off. Put some legs on here. The other leg would be right about here, and you have a table. Put a cup or something on top of that table. It's a cylinder. A chair. Same thing, rectangle. This would be a box. Again, anything that's like a table, a chair, or something you sit on would basically be a box. Erase the bottom. You have a chair. You can make the legs longer. You can have a rounded kind of chair with a backrest. Let's say if I'm doing a car seat, something like that. However your car seat is, square that off like that. Put another one over here, same thing, on that same line. Round that off. What does the inside of your car look like? You can have the little, don't quote me on that. And see, then you have your back seats back here somewhere, people in the back seats. And basically all it is just looking at it, looking at stuff. We look at stuff all day, but we really don't pay attention to how it's designed or made or what it looks like. But when you start drawing, you start seeing stuff in a different light, and then you can put your character in here. He's driving his car. And then of course you'd have the dashboard here, but you wouldn't see the feet, and you have like the window, and this is like going like deep into drawing. And you have the passenger just chilling, relaxing, maybe sleep somewhere or holding a Coke, because he's probably one of the ninjas that stole the Coke and they jumped in their little SUV and they're getting up out of town. So I know when I do this, you like, there's no way I can do that. You can do it. It's just practice. It's just practice. That's all it is. But if you draw something and you give up on it, oh, I can't draw, you'll never be able to do anything. But when you draw, your creative juices start to flow. You may never be a great drawer like this, but you might become a great storyteller. Like if I told you to finish, or add more to the story. Where's this ninja at? Oh, he's in Florida. He was standing outside of the 7-Eleven. He bought his 6-pack of Cokes and he sat down to pay the guy. And when he looked up, 3 ninjas ran out the store with 5 of his sodas. So he grabbed the other one, which he was about to drink, and he ran out, and they're splashing all over the place. And then they're trying to stop him, so they're throwing ninja stars and these little darts at him. So then they ran and they jumped in their little SUV, and then now they're headed to the beach where they're going to meet up with the rest of the ninja clan and then have a party, a Coke party. So let the mind run free as you draw. And remember, everything you draw is basically going to be a shape. It's going to be a square, a circle, and a triangle. Circles are basically, you turn those into cylinders. And cylinders, as we did the people, these are cylinders. All parts of the body except for this and the head basically can be a cylinder. Even the hand is a square. And you have a cylinder, cylinder, cylinder for the fingers. Same thing. I should have did it better. And then your thumb. Like that. So, and then just round that off, 1, 2, 3, and throw a 4th one, and you're just rounding it off. That's all it is. And then you have your hand. So once you learn these shapes, then it's easy for you to start putting together to creating other different objects. But as I say, look around your room, your window, your TV, your cell phone, the desk you might be sitting at, your bed you might be laying on, your closet door, everything, well, majority of stuff is just basically square or rectangle, and then you turn that into a 3-dimensional shape, and then you got it going on. And that's the hardest part for a lot of people, doing the 3-dimensional shape thing. So that's just something that you're going to have to work on yourself, and find one or find an example, look online or find an example and kind of like screenshot or print it out, and then take some tracing paper and then just kind of like trace over it until your hand has it. And it's just muscle memory. The same way if I told you to draw the letter B or the letter K or the letter W, you know how to do that because you've done it so much that it's muscle memory. You can close your eyes and do this because your muscles and your hand know how to form the letter B. So once you draw a face enough, your muscles know how to form, your muscles and your hand know how to form a face. So let's do an eye real quick. Everybody likes eyes because people like to draw faces. Show you a realistic eye. Focus camera. Let's say if I do an eye, the V or the mountain, let's just say I'll do two mountains. Okay, everybody knows how to draw a mountain. And you turn it into a football. Circle in here. Don't put your circle like this. Your circle should be going above. This is the bottom of your circle should touch, and the top circle should go up into that eye right there. Now, anytime you have an eye, your eye is always wet. As long as you're alive, your eye is always wet. That's why we blink, to continue to moisten our eyes. So if you look in the mirror, you're going to see a light source. You're going to see the light reflecting off of the ceiling light or from somewhere. So you're going to have that light source. Then you have your, I don't know if that's the iris or the cornea, the black or the black part, the center part. And then you're going to have another black line around the edge. And for those people with that color to the eye, you can do this. I usually don't do that. I just keep it like that. So you have this, and because you have a lid that closes and opens, it's going to be kind of like a Venetian blind. It's going to be over top of that eye like that. Now, so if I ink this, it's going to look like this. And if you ever ink something, always turn your paper. Don't try to like tape your paper down to the table and then try to twist your hand all the way around. Always turn it and just do a little bit at a time and then turn it around. And you always want to pull your pen, not push it. So, I mean, you basically you want to pull it. So here we have your eye, iris. There's so many iris and pupil and cornea and so forth. And, you know, I get those mixed up. It's your light source. It means it's reflecting because it's wet. It's going to be reflecting. It's like when you wash a car that car is going to be clean and reflecting off of something, especially when it's wet. Or that polish gives it, that wax gives it that wet reflective look. So this is going to be black. For those of you who like draw faces, this circle is going to stay white because that's the light source. Now, because your eye, remember when I said you draw the eye, you do this, that, and then put your eye there. Now this part comes out further than this part. So when light comes down, there's a shadow. There's going to be a shadow over the top of your eye. This is another reason why we have lashes, so that light that comes down won't blind us. So because of that shadow, you're going to have a thicker line right here. It goes all the way across it. Same here. Not affecting the light source. And that also makes your eye look like it's deeper inside. And then your eye is going to be around here and here. So I make mine thick here to thin. So because of that shadow, make it thick to thin. Thick to thin. Like that. Now, for those of you who just have to have those actual sparkle lines or whatever those lines are called, I'll do like straight, up and down. And they don't have to go all the way across because some of them don't. Up and down, and then start catacorner, and then just, you know, like that, little catacorner there, line there, line there. Because if you start throwing them in there just like any old way, it'll be kind of screwed up. So from here, so basically I'm doing this, then I'm doing the plus symbol, then I'm doing the X, then I'm doing a line in between this, just to kind of keep it all uniform and not going crazy. And as I say, all of them won't just be all the way across. Some of them you break up, some of them you take all the way across, some of them are thicker, some of them are thinner. And then you can have that sparkle in your eye, those kind of sparkle whatever. And then you can color that. For those of you that want to color, good luck to that. All right, so I grabbed this color pencil just because for some of you guys might want to color. Now, the thing is, as I said, you have this shadow. So we're going to make this eye blue. You want to do light, very light, almost invisible down here. So this is going to be the darkest part up here. And it's going to fade out down there because of the shadow. I'm going to get this dark. A lot of pressure, and then just ease off on the pressure as you go down. That way you look like you have an eye that's actually shining, and because you have this shadow, it's going to give it more depth to it. And then you have the wrinkle around the top. It gives you even more. So I mean, if you can add like extra color if you want to be like bold, some little yellow in there, or some green or something. Hopefully the camera's picking up that color. Let's see. And see the little green in there? I mean the yellow in there as well. So, but you want to keep this part light. You want to keep that white. That way it gives it more of that brightness to it. You don't want to have the whole thing one color. So if I did this brown, let me get another color. Without all the extra lines, same thing. I would do this dark and fade out to nothing. As dark as I can up here, and I would just ease up on the pressure. Ease up on the pressure. And then it would give that like that little shine. If I wanted to add another color or orange or something, then I could do that. Or if I wanted to put that yellow back in there, I can do that. And I don't know, I think the camera might pick this up, but, or if I wanted to get, I have the blue in my hand, so I just make this a little darker up here. I could get a black or a darker shade of brown, or just add some extra colors to it. You have that eye. And if you want to do lashes, usually the only time I would do lashes like this is like real close up. I try to just do one piece lash. So like if this was an eye, I'll do like the lash like this comes like that. And then maybe just some pieces like that, because it just, to me, it's hard to do this and get your lashes to look right. But just for the sake of it, you know, this would be your male eye, and then you can turn the female eye into, you know, just with the lashes. But as I say, it's like really hard to do because you have to kind of get them balanced. Notice how I turn my paper over. And then at the bottom as well. So yeah, and let me close up of that eye so you can see that color. So staying at home drawing is really fun. You know, just play around. Don't try anything too serious. Just play around. Create some stories. Create some characters. You know how to do a person now from the stick figure. Go back to the beginning from the stick figure. You can dress him up. However, if you want to put a cape on the guy, put the cape down. Or if you want the cape blowing in the wind, put the cape up. Blowing in the wind. You want to, like, he's a soldier. Put the little straps on his leg for a gun. Maybe he's got the whole belt, what do you call it, like a chest kind of gear that straps down, that goes around. So the sky's the limit. Just draw a bunch of people, and this is how people do character designs. And then I'll end this. It's just you do, and I'll just do this the easy way. 1, 2, 3, and I'll do a female. Female is pretty easy. It's just triangle, triangle. Let's do a small one here, a triangle. Here, this is going to be the size of the entire body or the entire torso. And then in the center, do another triangle like that. That's the body. That's all you need. So then you put your head here, your arms here, and your legs here. And then you just slim it out a little bit. And then doing the breast, if you do a heart, it's a heart. That's it. We all know how to do a heart. Do a heart upside down. This part is going to be right at the bottom of her chin, and you do a heart like that. then you have a female. And then you just kind of ink that. So if I'm doing this, and this is for you to do, just do a bunch of these and you can start doing your characters. Bring this down a little bit more. And that's my body. So here's my head. Let me get rid of some of this. Here's my head right here. My neck. A woman's neck is going to be really thin. And then their heart. Remember that point is going to be right here. And you're going to be upside down heart. And then you're just doing an upside down heart. So you won't get in trouble. Your parents are like, what are you drawing? So your shoulders on the female are going to come just right in here. Those delts that I told you are going to come right in there. Whereas if you do your man, let me do some legs on these guys. So this is just straight up and down. Legs on these guys here, this guy here. Triangle for the foot, making sure you can still see this. And this guy, I'm going to give him that hero stance. And if I want to, remember, if I want to make him more of a superhero, this is his waist. I'm going to bring it out. Just bring it out more, like that, to give him more of that triangle shape. Then his head. You don't want to make the head too big. You don't want to make it too small. If I'm drawing a kid, like if this was a kid, then I will have the head really big, wide, like that. Of course, it'll be shorter. But the smaller the head, the older the person is going to be. So these are going to be like teens or adults. Now the head. You don't want to put the neck too far. And depending on where I put the neck at, let's say this is the head and I put a neck out like this, you can tell that this guy is powerful by having a wide neck. So basically I'm teaching everything that I taught in one video, so I don't want a wide neck like the Hulk. You can have a Hulk, just make this guy like really wider, and then comes down with the arms. So the arm is going to be thick here and thin here. And this is your start to character design, your head. And remember, give him some shoulders, that little triangle like that. And then the hand, remember the hand, the thumb, the finger. Put another finger here, another finger there if you want. The hand, this is the longer part, this is the shorter part. Curve that down. Finger, thumb. Maybe add another hand there. If this is too low, bring that up. I should have taken the woman and put her hands on the hips. Triangle, triangle, give that guy a little shoulder. Let's just say because he's leaning. And if you want somebody to lean, turn his shoulders like that. Don't make the shoulders straight across, turn it. And then you're gonna have to turn this part here, which is gonna be, where is it at? Where is it at? Would be, well, anyway, this part here, remember this? This is gonna be lean and this is gonna be lean, which means his hips are gonna be opposite way, the opposite way. So that gives somebody some lean. So if this guy was going to, let's just say he's got his arm up and back. Let's just say he's got a sword behind his back and he's pulling that sword out. You have to lean that up, cylinder, and then another cylinder which goes behind the head. And let's just say he's got this other arm here. And he's already, let's straighten it out. He's already got his sword square, and since it's facing you like this, because if you look at that, that's almost a square, and if these were the parts of a sword and it's kind of facing you, you would see that square. And then let's just put the sword, which is around the little hilt, the guard, which is a good way to cover up what you don't know how to draw, and then the sword like that, and he's reaching at his back to get another sword, so it's going to be curved like that. Now this female here, we're just going to put her straight down. So we have this, 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 and this. So at this point, we want to bring that out more, and we want to curve the legs in, or curve the legs out. Like that. She's not going to have any feet because she's going to be down on the paper. So she's going to curve out, in, and in, like that. And that's doing the female legs. And the arms are just cylinders, thin, not like the guys. And she can have the same kind of hand. And your wrist stops right here at your crotch. So your wrist is going to stop right here if your arms are straight down. So that's just something to kind of remember. So she's the same way. And I'll ink this to show you how to chop some of this rest of this stuff off. But drawing is simple, and this is basically, you can say, if you watch any Marvel movie or DC movie, you can say, wow, I have characters in mind, but I don't know how to draw. Now you know how to draw. So let me use this. Remember the shoulders for the female? Just like in anime, they always have that pointy chin, and then you come around like that, small neck. And for this one, you want to slope down like that. So I'm going to do her arm like that. And this is her hand. Finger, finger. Now we have that heart. So this is going to come up. The heart is here like that. One whole piece. Then you're going to bring that waist in a little bit to that point, and then bring those hips out like that. Make that legs a little smaller. Okay, as I said, she's not going to have any feet. So this is going to come. Remember, this is that circle. I'm just showing you the shape of the female, but I'm going to keep the shape these guys the same way and dress them somehow, somewhat, however way you like to. And then you have that hand. Other finger, other finger. So now you have basically your form. So now you can dress the form however you want to dress the form. If you want to give her a symbol, put that symbol here. If she has like the turtleneck right there, finish that symbol. If she has like short sleeves or long sleeves, let's give her long sleeves, maybe like a wristband of some type, another wristband of some type. So you want to have the bikini shorts, or you want to have long pants. Let's just have the bikini kind of outfit. And maybe she's got like a strap around her legs. Maybe she has something, some little dagger, some little knives or something strapped around her legs. She could be like Dagger Woman. Dagger Woman, yes. And this is where the fun part comes in, is just dressing the character. So let's say she gives some knee pads and some boots. Like that. Let's give her like these little straps around her shoulders. And let's say this is where the fun comes in at. And maybe a strap around here. When you strap them up for battle. You can give her a belt. Let's have the belt like hanging down. And then some kind of design in the costume. Let's say this, it goes there, comes straight down, opens up here. And this, there, and this is where you start coloring. Remember, this is a belt, and maybe she's got some little gadgets on the belt. Okay, maybe we'll get a little stripe here that goes down here. However you want to do, and this could be color. This could be one color. Same color down here, color here. And this is how your imagination starts to run wild, and you can create stuff and show people, or one day maybe start your own comic book. Maybe you had that idea to do your own book. I got so much in my hand. Let me throw some of these down. So same thing with these guys. What are these guys going to be? Are they going to be, knights? Are they going to be superheroes? Are they going to be aliens? Whatever. However you decide to draw this thing. Let's try this. Let's say this guy. Let's make this guy like a cowboy or something. I have no idea what cowboy attire looks like, but I'm just seeing he's got a nice little belt on him. And then a couple more bullets. And then the little strap for this little gun. And as I said, this is where the fun part comes in, just doing the designs. So let's say Cowboy's got to wear the vest. He's a sheriff, okay? He's a sheriff. Because he's got that little star Need the shirt. So they have the, let's give them a little open shirt here, and that little collar. Put the collar on the outside like that. Tuck it in down here where he has his regular belt on. And then he's got his pants. And give him the cowboy boots, or you want to give him let's give him the long pants. And that's over top of his cowboy boots, which I know cowboy boots are like turned up. And it's got the little square, the little heel, and he got the spur on the back for when he want to kick his horse into gear. So once you start drawing, it's really, really simple when you start looking at stuff, just the way stuff is made. And just go to Google if you have trouble figuring out what stuff looks like. And yeah, I'll give them a roll up sleeve, sleeves rolled up, because it's a hot sunny day out on the prairie. Because he's looking for some cattle rustlers. What's that cowboy hat look like? Man, it's been so long since I drew the cowboy hat. So don't, if it's not right, don't, yeah, don't. I'm giving this little thing because they always wear this little thing around their neck because it's hot and sweaty. How does that cowboy hat look like? I'm just gonna throw one in there, so don't fault me. Because it's that's a goofy looking cowboy hat. Sorry, it's something like this from the side, but from the front it takes it's a whole different meaning. So anyway, yeah, he's got a goofy cowboy hat. So yeah, he's the goofy cowboy sheriff. And I guess it got pockets somewhere in the vest from the old days. Once you have the anatomy done, it's easy to dress them if you kind of know how to dress. Just look it up. Look up what you're looking for online. And then, yeah, it's easy from there. So I'm not going to do the rest of the guys. I mean, you can do the rest of them if you choose, or you should. So you come up with your characters. You know, this guy could be like the ninja, or he could be just some rogue sword fighter, and this guy could be, I don't know, whoever, bus driver, whatever. So yeah, staying at home because COVID can be fun. Don't think, oh, I have nothing to do, because your brain is an incredible tool. Your brain can come up with all kinds of stories and ideas, and just, you know, if you want to draw portraits, if you want to just start drawing like your dog or something, everybody can draw. It's just using shapes and then just continuing to draw those shapes over and over until you can look at it and turn it over and upside down and so forth and so on. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So I hope you did enjoy that. And if you want to learn how to draw more, check out my channel, because I show you how to do comics. I show you how to do children's story. I show you how to draw cartoon characters, superheroes, everything. You name it, it's on my channel, and it should be like right here. And I'll leave it at the end description, so you can just click on it and go to it. So yeah, don't let being stuck in a house get you down. Period. Because it's cool to stay in the house. I think I got the cowboy hat now. Yeah, that's more like it. It goes down and then it curves around, something like that. Yeah, so anyway, a little late for that cowboy. All right, so like I say, check out my site, check out all the things that you can learn how to do. It's fun to draw, creative, the whole 9 yards. All right, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. If you check out my channel, you'll see me. But I'm always putting up videos. I try to get like 2 a week, maybe 2 a week, so you can learn. All right, go check it out. I'll see you guys, and thanks for tuning in. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Don't consider, just subscribe. It's free. All right, later. See you.